guys, welcome to the Cog Pod. This is episode 3. And typically in this podcast we talk about gaming, nerd stuff, some movies, just general chit chat. So I am Amanda, and then we also have Totrib. Say hello, Totrib.
Hello.
And then we have Nick on. Say hi, Nick.
Hello.
We have everybody's favorite Grim. Say hello, Grim.
Hi.
And then we have a special guest who is our dungeon master, well, for Totrib and I anyway. His name is Barthice, also known as Chris, and I'm just going to call him Chris. Say hello, Christopher.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Is it Barthice or Barthis?
I know, like Barthis? Okay, but it's Chris.
Fail.
Whatever.
All right, we're going to re-record.
We're not re-recording that. Jesus.
No, it's fine. It works either way.
We all have name problems on here anyway. So.
We do.
That's right.
So, what have you guys been up to this week? We'll start with Luke this time. What did you do?
Why do I have to start? I played a little Destiny, not as much. Iron Banner was last week and did all that nonsense. The big news this week is I learned how to audio a little bit. You might notice that we're sounding a little better, Amanda and I. Hopefully, at least.
Don't talk too much about it. I'm gonna let you.
Oh, we're gonna go into it later. But
yeah,
yeah, so I did that. I also got a new mic, but I'm not using it. Spoilers. My old one I think was a little bit better. I did a whole YouTube video on it. Actually, go check that out if you want.
We'll link it.
Yeah, we'll link it in the description, or on the cogpod.net. But yeah, I've just been kind of living life. We went out last night for the first time in forever. Had a few beverages.
Okay, so I'll go next then, because that seems to lead into
That's a good segue.
I didn't really do much this week except last night when we went out for a drink, quote unquote, and I got completely shit-faced, to be really honest about it. And there was like a tweet that I put out, and if you guys have ever heard of the comedian Eliza Schlesinger, I think is how you say her. I don't know how you say her last name, but she's really, really funny. And like, when I was drinking and I came home and I was like stumbling around, in my mind I was hearing her voice because I felt like my soul was going to leave my body. And she has a joke about, have you ever been so drunk that your soul, like 12 hours into it, is like, should I just go? And that's how I felt last night. And then like, so I'm trying to sleep and Scribbles is laying on my chest and like somehow...
That's our cat.
Yeah, our Scribbles cat. The little skinny one is like laying on my chest, and then she somehow I look up at one point and she's asleep in my clavicle because she's so small. Like, I don't know how she got in there. But I feel like she was waiting for my soul to escape. I don't know if she was like gonna save it and put it back in, or if she was gonna steal it and eat it for herself, like that Stephen King movie
She
book.
Definitely would have eaten it.
What's the one?
Sleepwalkers?
Is that the right one, Nick?
Nick?
Cat's Eyes. Cat's
Eye. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Where the cats like lay on their chest and they steal a soul.
No, what was
or
the one that was
something?
like the cat vampires?
That's Sleepwalkers, but I'm talking about where the cats were sitting on their chest and the soul's like coming out of their mouth.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
Nick?
but the cat was the hero. There was a little gremlin that was doing that, and the cat protected people from it.
Yes. Okay.
And
So
the cats
Scribbles
are
was
also the heroes
protecting.
and sleepwalkers, so...
Yeah, so the cat was protecting me. The cat was going to put the soul back in if it popped out. Is what I'm
Mystery
told.
solved.
I don't think so. The best part, though, is when we got home.
Oh, God.
Scribbles is the one that has front claws. I know cat stories are the best thing about podcasts, but Amanda walks in the front door, and Scribbles is like half jumped off the couch, but her claw was caught on the blanket, and so she just had like her arm over her head, stuck on a claw. And Amanda fell on the ground laughing.
Because
it was so
in my
funny.
mind, I'm like, what if she has been like that for hours? Like, we've been gone, and how long has she been stuck just with her arm up in the air waiting for us to get home to help her?
No, she was fine.
And then I literally passed out. Like,
Yeah.
had to be dragged to bed, kind of passed out. And I don't ever really drink that much, so. The other things this week that I'm just going to mention for like 2 seconds before we get all the way around the table, but like, I just wanted to say that Trump supporters mentioned this week in the news that they wanted to revoke the 19th Amendment. So that's super cool for women. And then there's another story I saw on Facebook, and I have it pulled up. I'm going to read to you guys just like the first line, and get your opinion on it. So this week, a Canadian man was accused of rape and he has claimed that he must be innocent because his stomach is too large and his penis is way, way too small. And so he has to be innocent. He's from Ottawa. Thanks, Canada, for that. So yeah, what do you guys think about the fact that his penis would be too small to rape a woman? Is that a valid point, or?
I mean, it's possible.
It probably wouldn't stop him from trying, and that's just as horrible, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, how small does your penis have to be to not even be able to penetrate a vagina? Like,
I would say that would be what they call a micro penis. You know, to where it's just like a nubbin.
it's a nubbin.
A nubbin. A 1-inch penis, it says. Nurse testified he has a 66-inch waist, 31-inch thighs, and a 1-inch penis.
Oh,
that measures approximately 2 inches when he
okay,
erects.
so if it's 2 inches when it's erect,
That's like 3.
you can penetrate
That's
a
3.
vagina.
No way.
You can penetrate a vagina with 2 inches.
I'd say it depends on which one. You know?
I don't know.
Some have physical
I'm calling bullshit
attributes.
on that. But anyway, sorry. I just wanted to bring that up.
Does anybody have anything to add to that?
No, nobody's got anything to add. I think that's enough
You
for
sure?
that. I'm sure.
What
What
was
did you
that
do,
amendment,
Nick?
though?
Oh, the 19th Amendment is women's rights to vote.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is serious.
Yeah.
Let's
Now,
just go ahead
it wasn't
and completely
Trump.
nuke ourselves back.
Yeah, let's just be clear. It wasn't Trump who brought it up. Trump supporters have made it a movement.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, what have you been doing this week, Nick?
Well, I got Overwatch this week, and I've been having
seriously?
a lot of. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I know I'm late again, but I'm less late on this game. So,
It's true.
but a lot of fun. I'm getting destroyed, but I got a little better. I started using Reinhardt, and I'm just squishing people, just squishing them.
Squish
I think I just heard Barthas there.
What have you been doing this week, Christopher?
I'm happier now that I'm hearing that people are playing Overwatch again. Maybe I can actually play with some people since Tote was kind of supposed to play with me. And
I'm coming back around.
Okay. Sorry. Anyway.
Did you do
Don't worry,
anything
I'll
else?
bring all the boys to the yard.
Oh,
nice.
God.
I'll bring the milkshakes.
I got a free milkshake
Anyway.
the other day.
I actually had a milkshake before we started this. Went to Sonic.
Woo! Milkshake tangents.
But anyway, not much. Just been kind of playing Destiny here and there. Trying to finish this darn raid. We've got to the final boss, but haven't downed them yet because everyone had to go to bed because everyone is 80.
80 years old.
Yeah. That's a problem.
That's dedication, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is Grim still here?
Yeah, Grim's here.
Maybe.
Grim, what did you do this week?
I played video games.
Which ones? Are you embarrassed? Go ahead and say it. Are you
Oh,
embarrassed?
the Keebler Elf game.
Yes, the
Yes.
Keebler Elf game. Dragon Quest Builders, right? I guess that's right.
Yeah. You were really hype about this. What do you think?
It's like Minecraft, but it's the Dragon Quest world, which I really like, but there's quests. And the villagers are so fucking needy. They need you to lift anything up for them, basically. But it's fun. I'm in chapter 2 now. I'm getting ready to beat that. It's a
I
pain.
watched you stream it a little bit, and basically it looks like chibi Minecraft.
Yeah, like it's anime Minecraft.
Oh, that's adorable.
It is adorable, actually. It's really cute.
Each chapter seems to have different things in it too. So like in chapter 1, I built with a certain crafting station, and in chapter 2, it's a different crafting station. So it kind of changes up how stuff looks, which is nice. So you're not doing the same thing over and over.
Interesting.
About, I don't know. I've just been doing that. I did Iron Banner last week.
Yep.
Might have partied with Luke a little bit.
Yeah, we did. I think played a couple matches, maybe.
All
One or
right.
two. Not many.
Yeah.
That's all.
So the big topic this week is D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. That's why Christopher's here. He is my dungeon master, my DM. So I had never played D&D before. I know most of the listeners and fan base at least know what D&D is, and probably a lot of them have played before, but I never had. And so I'm going to link in our little internet site, I'll link the pictures. There was like a thing I did on Instagram where I posted a picture of what I wanted my character to look like and did a contest to get people to, like, make her hair red and, like, make her eyes blue and give me a panther. And the responses I got were just ridiculous, but they were really funny, so we'll post that up.
Some
On
of
our
those
little,
are beautiful.
we'll post that on our little internet site. Don't worry.
Yeah, a little internet site. So anyway, but whenever we were playing, I got really into it and I really liked it. I don't think a lot of girls probably play maybe as much.
That's
but
racist.
No,
I think that's changing a lot now.
well, hopefully, because I actually really enjoyed it, which was a surprise for me. And my class is a ranger, and I was like OP number 1. And
Killed the guy we were supposed to interrogate. Go on.
yes,
Oh, right.
yes, that did happen.
I had
but
to review my notes before this.
that was the one thing I was going to ask you, Chris. So when you're preparing as a DM, because people probably, if they don't know a lot about Dungeons and Dragons, probably think it's like an easy thing to do, but being a DM is like super involved. So you were talking about putting notes together. So how long do you prepare for like one session of a campaign?
That session that we did, that was about 5 hours? No, not even that. Probably like 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was writing for about 3 days on all that.
Wow.
Well, is that, and that's because you have to think of like every kind of scenario, right? Like,
Correct.
okay.
So I had to plan if y'all decided, let's see, the beginning of it was you started in the wagon and all that. I had to come up with a scenario if y'all went, fuck this, I'm going to go this way. Or if I'm going to go into the town and help people.
Yeah.
Or if I'm going to start killing the first person I see, or what the consequences of that are going to be. But luckily, y'all are pretty chill.
Were you prepared for the surprise smoke screen that got thrown out?
That was
that was really
interesting.
funny. It was really funny.
I mean, nobody knows what the hell we're talking about right now.
No.
But
We're,
essentially, we have a friend who hadn't played before either, and he's playing a warlock, right? Wait, no.
Sorcerer?
Not Space D&D. Yeah, sorcerer. And we're coming out of a
tunnel,
and he's like, "Oh, there's people," and he's like, "I'll give us some cover," and he casts
the smoke screen or whatever.
Fog cloud. And so now nobody can see what's going on, and so like all of our shit's missing. We have penalties to everything we're trying to do ranged. That's how Amanda killed the guy we were trying to interrogate. She was trying to shoot somebody else.
She critically failed to roll.
Oh.
Rolled a random to see which square that her arrow landed in. It just happened to be in the injured guy they were going to interrogate square, and she killed.
But anyway, the whole reason I wanted to do a D&D podcast was so that Tote can read to you guys. Like, okay, so on your sheet, your character sheet, you have to have a background. I wrote like a sentence. Luke wrote an actual story for the background of his character, and I'm going to let him read it. His character's name was Brottor Bronzebeard.
Brottor.
And this is the tale of Brottor, as read by Totrib.
Yes. So, I had never considered being a cleric as a child. I was raised to respect hard work and never put much stock in the gods I would hear travelers speak of in my father's shop as they came and went, and my father always scoffed at them with his back turned. I spent most of my childhood running around the ankles of my father while he worked long hours as the royal blacksmith. This duty had been passed down from generation to generation of Bronzebeards, ever since the name Bronzebeard was given to the foolhardy apprentice by the name of Bumbleford, who stumbled over an anvil and went beard first into a molten vat of bronze. Unfazed, he immediately returned to his duty, and the metal hardened, and he wore it for the rest of his life. I spent my youth studying under my father's tutelage, and was enthralled with the art and craft of creating weapons and armor from raw materials. I was equally fascinated with the variety of people that came into the shop to do business. As it is with most dwarves, I learned early on to question everything and not take anyone at their word. Trust must be earned, sometimes over decades or even a century. I learned over my years of apprenticeship to identify forgeries not only by inspecting the items in question, but eventually by merely reading how the person trying to sell them behaved. By day I worked hard, but by night my father used to tell me many tales of our ancestors and the weapons they forged for the kings of old. However, there was one story he refused to tell me. When I was only 22 years old, he let me go on a delivery to the royal palace with him, and while we were there, I saw a painting of the most impressive dwarf I had ever seen. He stood almost 5 feet tall, with a beard to his knees, and wielded a tower shield and a throwing hammer with mysterious runes on it. The name on the plaque below the painting read Brottor Bronzebeard. Totally spelled that up. Father would only tell me that yes, he was our ancestor, and a most important one, but he would not tell me any more until he said I was ready. When I turned 50 and came of age, he took me down to the family resting place and brought me to the largest tomb in the middle of the crypt. There was a tower shield, leaning against a tomb, and a medium-sized chest in front of it on a stone altar. He opened the chest with the key he had always worn on a bit of leather around his neck. Inside the chest were 2 items, an ancient tome with dwarven runes on it, and an item wrapped in hide. He picked up the book and opened to a page with the drawing of a dwarf I recognized immediately, Brottor Bronzebeard. He told me it was time. He told me a tale of a young blacksmith apprentice who was called to war with his kingdom. Brottor hoisted his tower shield that he had crafted and traveled to distant lands to fight with the royal army. During a battle in ancient Norse ruins, he narrowly avoided a boulder from a catapult, but it destroyed the stone floor he was standing on, and he fell down for what seemed like an eternity. He found himself in a dim cavern with a large circular stone in front of him that had been cracked in the destruction, and you could see light coming through. He was able to use a spear that fell with him as a makeshift lever, and cleared away the rubble to reveal a circular room with a small altar in the middle, and a light seemingly coming from the object sitting on the altar. As he approached, he felt a power within drawing him closer and saw a handle sticking up in the air. As he reached out and grasped the handle, lightning struck and the altar shattered, leaving him holding the hammer with the runes he could not read. With a feeling of immeasurable power, he climbed out of the ruins, and some say single-handedly won the battle that turned the tide of the war for our kingdom. Legend says he was considered a champion of the realm, and was venerated by generations of all friendly races. On his deathbed at the age of 467, he told his son that the Norse god Thor had given him his power through the sacred hammer that he had found all those years ago. He passed the tale and hammer on to his son and said that someday one who was worthy would be able to wield the power again. Generation after generation, when Bronzebeards have come of age, this tale is told, and with each passing generation, it started to become more myth and a mere formality out of respect for the family, as it seemed like the hammer was just a regular hammer with no special powers, and the tales of Bronzebeard were just fables that were exaggerated for young dwarfs with big imaginations. Eventually, Bronzebeards stopped believing it, and it became jaded and angry about their lineage they felt was based on a lie. Some say he was a charlatan and tricked people and lied about his power. Some still believed, but were ridiculed and told to be sensible and focus on their craft. My father was one of them that didn't believe. He had personally witnessed his great-grandfather go mad, trying to discover the secret of the hammer and become considered a disgrace to the Bronzebeard name. My grandfather taught my father the same thing he taught me. Work hard, keep your head out of the clouds, restore the family name. After telling me this tale, he pulled out the hide package and set it on the table in front of us, and said it was time to finish this nonsense. He pulled back the hide to reveal a hammer that I recognized from the painting. It looked like it had never been used. It was pristine with strange runes around the sides and a double-sided head. He told me to reach out and grasp the handle, and as I reached out my arm, I felt a surge of energy course through my body, and as my fingertips made contact with the cool metal, the hammer exploded with a blinding light, and my father and I were blown off of our feet. He looked at me with silent awe. I looked at the hammer in my hand as the light faded from it, but it lingered on the runes, which I could now read. I read them aloud. Thor, grant thee the power to smite thy foes. As the light finished fading, I felt the power draining from me. My father, face full of shock, said there were runes in the tome that no dwarf had been able to decipher, and that he would leave me alone to study them. The runes were written by Brottor Bronzebeard himself, and said if I could read them, I had been blessed by Thor and charged with a holy duty to fulfill. It said I must leave at once to train in the ways of the cleric in order to unlock the full potential of the hammer, which it said in the notes was called Mjolnir. I took the hammer, tome, and shield as instructed in the text and left at once. I studied intensely for years with the high priests of the Temple of Thor, and sometimes when I sleep, I hear Thor giving me guidance. I feel that the priests don't believe me when I tell them this. I overhear them whisper and glance at me when they think I'm not looking. But it is no matter. I may not know why I was chosen, but I know Thor has chosen me for a reason, and I will follow his guidance. While I have learned much in the ways of a cleric, the hammer has never manifested any other powers to this day. While it is an effective weapon in combat, I have not seen any of the powers that were described in the tome, including the ability for the hammer to return to me when flung at an enemy, or being more devastating to the undead or otherwise unholy creatures. Until I discover the secret to unlocking these powers, I have secured the hammer with rope so I can pull it back to myself during combat. My path leads me out into the world to learn more in the ways of the cleric and to fulfill the commands of Thor. He arrived in a dream and has told me that I have learned all I can from the temple, So I've left to discover the key to unlocking my power.
The end.
I need a drink after that.
I remember whenever you read that to us when we were sitting around the table, like getting ready to play, I was like, oh, here's my little background. And it's like 2 sentences. And you read this long ass thing and we're like, do we let him keep Mjolnir? Like, does he get to keep the hammer with him? Like, that seems a little OP. So then we were like, DM, what's your ruling on that?
Yeah. But
see, that's one of my things about DMing is a bad DM will tell you no. A good DM will say, that's a good idea. Now let's see how we can make that work in this universe.
Right.
So we're working on that now.
And there were some, parts of the story that I wrote in specifically for that, talking about that it hadn't manifested its powers yet. And so it would be a thing that basically I would keep with me and would kind of level up essentially over time.
Game terms, leveling weapon.
Right.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh my head off at the rope part. And
that's why
the levels of the whole podcast.
I know. Well, that's why it was in there. It's because the logistics of it, have to work within the D&D universe. It can't just be. So.
The 18-part mini-series of your story.
I know.
Yes.
Should have broke that up over 4 weeks.
No, it's good. You need to hear the whole thing.
Here's the best part. With no collaboration between Tote or another member of our party, they both had the same idea. Tote has a warhammer, a small one-handed warhammer that he throws and pulls back with rope. What did he go with? A paladin?
Yeah. Fox?
Yeah, Fox was a paladin. And he has a giant two-handed battle hammer that he throws and pulls back with linked chain.
Yeah.
I'm over here with a bow and arrow like a fuck.
You guys just got to stop throwing stuff, all right?
I know. I wanted a ranged weapon, man. It was,
Jesus. So anyway, I wanted our fans to experience the tale of Brottor. So because we
submit
were doing
your fan art now,
right? Almost a Brottor fan art, man.
Oh man.
So we asked for. You should. We asked for some D&D type questions, and we're going to do those now, and then we'll do the regular questions kind of at the end. But so the first one we got was from Orlon Rod. Orlando Rod?
Not Orlando Rod.
He wants to know, do you like using your own character or do you roll for a new one each time? And I've only ever heard of people using the one character, not re-rolling every time. Right?
That's up to, I think, each person.
Is this about assigned characters or making your own?
No,
characters?
you make your own, and then he's asking, like, do you keep that one or do you roll a new one each time? And I would think you would want to keep the same character to level it up.
Well, it depends on the universe. If you're talking about going from game to game with the same character, some people, like Fox again, he would always play the rogue type character. He would be the silent, grumbly guy in the corner. And in the next game, he would be a new level 1 silent, grumbly guy in the corner. And in the next game, he would be a new silent, grumbly guy in the corner. That was banned this time. Now he's a silent, grumbly paladin with a big hammer.
So he's just role-playing Grim.
Yeah. Or himself. Hello.
Yeah. So, but as far as that goes, if you can take the same character type, and heck, you can take the same character and just adjust them by levels. But I feel that if that's what you're comfortable with and that's what you like, then continue doing it. But changing your character, changing who you are, changing the way that you play each time for a new experience, I feel that that's what I would like to do. But then again, there are the times where you're like, oh, this is a new group. I just want to do what's comfortable. This worked for me last time. Let's do that again.
Makes
sense.
You, Luke? I mean, I've only played, a couple started. I've never really gone through a whole campaign with anybody. But I've done a new character each time. I think that if you have a group that you're going to play up with a long time, and like Chris, didn't you say you had an instructor that's had a game for like 20 years or something? Or
Yep, they're still playing AD&D. I believe that's the one.
Wow. And so if you're doing something like that, you're obviously going to have the same character through multiple campaigns, multiple instances of the same group going on different adventures. But that's a persistent kind of world that you're leveling through. So
Yeah.
I could see that being the case. But I think that just starting new fresh campaigns, I'd like to do new characters, or just
Weren't
change
you
the
a-
name.
Weren't you like a tiefling something at one point during
Yes,
games?
Tiefling Sorcerer was my
Yeah.
first one.
So we got another question from Millie Mozilla.
Mhm.
He would like to know, would you ever LARP a D&D campaign? And if not, why not? I would. I think that would be fun.
It'd be interesting. I mean, I'm kind of out of shape for that.
I'd
Has
do it any
anybody-
chance I got.
Have you ever done any LARPing, Nick?
Not for D&D, but for Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh.
I did for that. But
Okay.
a similar kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Sure. I have no idea.
No.
Go on.
It's it's a lot of fun. You just act it out, and I'm not in D&D for the rules. I don't care about that. I don't even care about the stats. I just want to act. I'm a dramatic person. So LARPing is ideal. That's what I'd rather be doing. So
Really?
I'm all in for that.
Interesting. Grim, have you ever LARPed? If you're still asleep, awake?
Excuse me?
Have you ever LARPed?
No, actually, I always envy the LARPers at the local college that are outside in the courtyard just LARPing away with their LARP club, because I would feel so weird. Just people would be staring at me.
Well,
So
that's
you
why you
envy
go to,
that they
like-
don't feel weird.
Well, no, because I should be able to do it anywhere if I enjoy it. I would just feel weird.
No, I want to. If I was going to do it, it would be like hidden in a forest. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
going
so
to
you feel weird if people were watching.
Hide
Yeah.
your shame.
Hide my shame.
But that's not how it should.
Or it could be better used to have weapons and stuff like that, so that if you are in a particular combat scenario and you say, I do this sick move, okay, show me how you're going to do that.
Oh,
Can you
Lord.
actually do it?
Yes.
It's
I
fantasy,
have,
damn it.
Yes, I have actually been in a group where this guy said he was going to throw his hammer, hit the guy in the head, and then charge the guy in front of him. And he wanted to take a throw, which is sometimes considered a free action, depending on what it is. But he said if he could do it, I wasn't DMing this one. He said, if you can show me that you can do it, I'll allow it. So we stood up. He had a foam. It was like PVC pipe with a tennis ball on the end of it, and they had taped it up. And on the end of it, he had basically like a Nerf football that was kind of rectangular.
Oh, God.
And he said, if you can peg him with that hammer and then charge him, I'll allow it. And we did. And he nailed me right in the head with that damn hammer.
Classic.
So this next question is like a two-parter from Blind Mouse. She wanted to know which version of D&D you like best, and then also, do you have a favorite set of die or whatever that you like to
Dice.
use?
Me?
Well, no.
I've
Well,
only
I-
really
Go ahead,
played,
Luke.
I think 5e, right? Chris, what was our first one that we did? Was it 5 or did we do 4?
That was the starter pack to 5e. So yeah, it was 5 as well.
Okay. I mean, you're the only one I think that's played multiple. I don't know. Nick might have.
We're stuck on 2nd edition, so this is
Lord.
yeah. I hear some laughter there. We're old people, though. We go with what we like and what we know.
Oh no, it's whatever. It's as long as it works. I mean, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all know it very well, and we can introduce new players to it real easy. So it's works for us anyway.
Interesting.
My dice are super pretty, and I like my dice.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of random ones from like magic sets or stuff from over the years that I've kind of accumulated that you have your kind of favorite ones, but nothing like super special about them.
Since I was the first timer, you guys had to buy me a set.
Yeah, we went to the Dragon's Lair here in Austin and bought you some. All right.
So, moving on. Now we can actually all talk about this. People that haven't played any D&D.
Right.
Too much. We wanted to mention this week, you guys wanted to talk a little bit about, I don't really have an opinion on it, but you guys wanted to talk about pre-order bonuses that you get on games.
Mhm.
Who mentioned that? Was that Grim?
Yeah.
Probably me.
Okay, so go.
I hate them.
And why?
Surprise!
I'm all right with them, but for you to try to force someone to say Amazon has their own pre-order bonus, or GameStop has their own pre-order bonus, or wherever has their pre-order bonus, and then all three of them have them too. So like it makes you feel like you have to buy it from all three places to get every item, when in turn those items just get tossed away usually within the first hour of whatever game you play.
Right. So I mean, since they're usually items that don't really, make a difference in the game, then it's more for just collectors rather than actual functionality. It's not like you get a pay-to-win advantage.
Which is good, yes. But, like, I don't know, like, I pre-ordered Final Fantasy 15, and I noticed all this stuff just popping up for it for pre-order bonuses, and that's what made me bring it up.
Right.
Is, like, GameStop has their own. I pre-ordered from Amazon, and I get, like, forgetting the collector's edition or whatever, I get, like, 8 items or something, and I'm like, I mean, they might be good because some of them are weapons and apparently they can upgrade. I haven't looked too much into the game just because I don't want to like make myself feel like I'm expecting too much. So
right.
I'm just gonna go through that, and that'll be for another podcast. But
yeah, I mean, my thing with pre-order bonuses is as long as they don't give you an advantage, I'm fine with them because it's more for just people. Oh, this is something cool. I don't really like exclusive ones, like you said, from different places. The good thing about, like, when Destiny did some pre-order stuff, they did the same ones for everything, from what I remember. So if you ordered it off the PlayStation Store or Amazon or whatever, no matter where you got it, you were supposed to get everything. I know there was an issue with this last one with Amazon and Galar Wing and all that, but they fixed that because they were basically false advertising from what we figured out.
Yeah, they were.
So pre-order bonuses, I think, are a cool way, to be like, oh, I was there first. But, it kind of feeds into pre-orders in general. Should we do them? That's a bigger issue, I think, that a lot of people say that you shouldn't be pre-ordering stuff. Look at stuff like No Man's Sky, or some of these other games that have come out that just overpromise and underdeliver. And they basically dupe all these people into pre-ordering because of the hype. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
What's the real bonus to pre-ordering? Is it like on the day it comes out, some people just aren't going to be able to get it? Or because we got digital downloads now.
Right. As soon as it's released, you can play. Most pre-orders now, if you do like a digital download pre-order, they preload the game and it just unlocks it, whatever the release time is.
Most bonuses are like, if you pre-ordered it, you'll get a code when you, like, say you go pick up the physical copy, or they'll email you the code for pre-ordering it.
Right.
They'll also call it a day one edition, and if you buy from Amazon or something, generally within the first month, you'll still get the day one edition. So like even there, it's like conning you in a way to pre-order this, and they count that towards their sales, even though they didn't technically sell it. So like you can cancel it or return it or whatever, but it's still counted as their revenue or whatever.
Right.
It's just to dupe people, basically.
In a way, yes,
committed.
that's what I feel it does, yes.
Because with the digital delivery, there's no shortage of anything. Like, I can understand it back in the day you'd do that, but now it's just a way to pad their numbers to get investors and all that kind of stuff, probably.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, it was a lot bigger deal back in the day when you were lining up to get physical copies of games.
Copy.
I think like Halo 2, I remember I was like 4 or 5 hours ahead of time in line in a mall somewhere. I don't even remember where I was, but that's one of the only ones where I actually went to like a midnight release, and I was like really early and waiting in line for it, and like, woo, I got my metal copy of, with the steel case, and
you walk out and everyone cheers.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the announcement with Amazon Prime giving Twitch Prime thing? What do you think about that?
It's awesome.
What is it exactly? What do you get?
Grim, you actually have it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what do you get?
It basically makes you a turbo user for Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it literally gives you the turbo icon and gives you all that, and then you get like monthly bonuses, so like skins for mostly MOBAs. I got a character for whatever that Warcraft card game is. I can't think of it right now.
Oh, Hearthstone.
Yes, Hearthstone. I got a code for a special hero for that, and I don't even play that, so I gave it to one of my friends that I know plays.
Nice.
And then don't you get like one free sub a month or something?
Yes, per month. So like I haven't used it yet, but I guess you can change it every month. So like say I really like this one guy and wanted to sub to him for a month, and then I find someone else that I like a lot more, and I can change that the next month. I don't know how many days are in between, or if it's like gated by days or just by month end.
Probably, I would guess that. Also, if you guys don't know, Twitch Turbo basically means you get no ads on Twitch anymore. You get some certain emotes that are specific to Twitch Turbo. The no ads is probably the biggest thing, honestly. And then also, it's free with your Amazon Prime subscription is the big deal. So if you already have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime already. You can just go and link your account, and, that's like $5 a month for a sub, plus Twitch Turbo is like $5 a month, isn't it? I want to say something like that. So, I mean, that alone almost pays for, or more than pays for Amazon Prime, if you do the yearly subscription. I think a yearly subscription is $100, so it's like $7 a month, $7.50, something like that.
For Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get free 2-day shipping and 20% off of any games that you pre-order, which that's kind of it's nice
crazy.
thing. But
Maybe Amazon Prime will hear this and give us some money.
Cogpod, sponsored by Amazon Prime.
Yeah, you guys are making this sound real good. They really should be paying.
It really
is good.
I mean, it's crazy. I read a quote the other day from Jeff Bezos, from Amazon, the CEO, who said his goal was to make it to where it would be irresponsible to not have Amazon Prime because of the savings you get and what it does for you.
I guess I'm still irresponsible.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're a gamer and you buy games, physical copies is the thing though. I do all digital. So for me, I'm like, if I bought a lot of stuff, I can see going for it, pulling the trigger right now. Plus you got the Prime Video and all that stuff. But if you already have it, it's a great deal. Link your Twitch Prime. It's pretty cool.
Very good. So now, cue music. We're gonna do Amanda's scary movie reviews again.
I love this part actually.
So I went and saw in theaters the new Blair Witch movie. Basically, I don't like giving spoilers, but if you saw the first one, you've pretty much already seen this one. It's very much the same as the original. Basically, the story is he's going back to the same forest to look for his sister who was in the original cast. And they do the same thing where it's like found footage and they're just screaming each other's names the whole time and, oh my god, I don't know what's going on and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, it was okay for what it was. If you liked the original Blair Witch, you'll probably like it. I gave it 5.5 out of 8 cog stars. But then, like, a lot of people recommended that I watch The Witch, which is an English-British movie about some witchery out in a forest and stuff. And it's, I didn't really like it. It's weird because most people really, really liked it. Like, one of their favorites in ever of all scary movies. And I didn't really like it. I couldn't understand what they were saying. Like, I guess I should have turned on subtitles at some point. They were speaking English. But their accents were so thick. Yeah, I couldn't understand them. And it was a lot of dialogue for a scary movie, too. Typically, you're not looking for that much dialogue, and so it was hard to keep up.
Now, wasn't that the one that was, like, set in, was it Puritan?
Yeah, it was Puritan times, and there's, like, a witch out in the forest or whatever. I mean, it was okay. I just didn't really get into it, so it only got 3.5 out of 8 stars.
You know how witches are. Let's get to the forest.
But in like the same genre.
Well, hold on, Nick. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did, and I liked it, but not as much as everyone else. It was an artsy horror movie, so I appreciate what they were trying to do with it, but I didn't find it terrifying. I think they were trying to set up, this is a spooky place, and more like atmosphere of scary than actually being scary.
Yeah, it wasn't really scary. I mean, it would have been an okay story, but I just couldn't understand what the hell they were saying.
It was terrifying to Puritans, I guess, probably.
I guess. So, on the same lines, though, like this season of American Horror Story, I haven't watched every season of it, but this season is about Roanoke Colony. It's called Roanoke Nightmare. This season is, which is like, if anybody knows their history, that's like the Croatoan virus and all that kind of stuff. So it's been really, really good. Like, I cannot wait every week for Wednesday to come where I can see the next episode. I'm like waiting and waiting. So right now we're about halfway through the season for this season, and I'm giving it 7.5 out of 8 cog stars so far. So if you haven't watched it, watch it, please.
Did you say you are caught up or you're not?
I am.
Tom was mentioning that something happened in the most recent one. We can't say what it is, but he said it made them want to stop watching it because it was too scary. Is that your opinion?
No.
I call them wimps.
Tom's a wussy.
He's a wimp. It's not too scary. It was wonderful. All of it's wonderful. I want to be scared. That's the point. So, yeah, it's wonderful. 7.5 stars.
I watched the first episode, and I love American Horror Story, and I was like, garbage. This is the freak show all over again.
No, definitely not.
And then after the second one and third one, now I'm hooked, and I'm like, wow, this might be one of the best ones.
It is. Like, nothing's going to beat season 1, but, whatever. So anyway, that's my reviews. It was all witchy stuff this week. If you've got movies that you want me to review, just tag me on Twitter or Instagram or somewhere and tell me what movies you want me to watch. Luke, you were talking about getting the Blue Yeti you won in a raffle. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about the raffle and you winning it and like your reviews.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I won't go too in depth because I did just post a video recently. Go watch that. If you want the full, like, actual comparison with examples of unfiltered and filtered raw audio. It's kind of surprising, actually. Everybody was raving about the Blue Yeti. I actually won it from Fallout Plays, who is a very big Destiny, YouTube creator and streamer. He's actually one of the new hosts of the Planet Destiny podcast. If you follow Destiny at all, you've probably heard of him. So he did a intro to Sweats is what it's called. It's Sweaties are a game mode they have like a set of rules and kind of a faster pace and more of a competitive kind of game mode. And he did an event a couple weeks ago on the weekend for 2 days, and each day he gave away a Blue Yeti mic at the end, and I won the Sunday one. So he sent it to me. I got it on I think Tuesday or Wednesday this week, and I immediately unboxed it and started kind of comparing. I've been doing a lot more with the digital audio workstation called Reaper and that's why I sound a little bit different this week. Actually going to turn it off real quick. So this is what I sound like last week. And what we sound like with just raw audio coming through.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, you can hear background noise.
Like the fan.
The EQ is not very balanced. And so I actually kind of learned about this before I got the mic and was tinkering with it. And this is what I sound like with the filter to remove the background noise and my EQ a little bit. I go into it a little bit more in the video, but essentially what I did was I compared the raw footage without filters for the Samson and the Blue Yeti. And then I created a profile for each that I thought made it sound the best I possibly could with the Samson and the Blue Yeti. And I recorded the same thing and applied the filters individually, played back the raw audio and then the filtered audio, and came to the conclusion I think that the Samson actually is better for recording this
type of stuff.
Yeah, single voice or two people that are right in front of it. For the Yeti is kind of more of a versatile mic, and that's what I talk about in the conclusion a little bit of that video, that it's more for the jack of all trades. You can record big groups with, like put it in the middle of a room or a table and do omnidirectional. You can record interviews with bidirectional, having be in front and behind the mic. So it's more of a jack of all trades, where the, Samson only has one pickup pattern and is more of a specific use mic. And that's why I think it's better for this. So.
Well, that's cool. So since you decided you're going to keep the Samson, then now we're going to ship our Blue Yeti over to Grimm so he can get rid of his potato mic.
That's right. Grimm is going to be receiving that.
Not a potato.
It's a little bit of a potato, honey.
But
it's a French fry at least.
So thank you very much to Fallout. If you do listen to this, I really appreciate it. It's not going to waste. We're going to be sending it over to Grimm. But it just, for our use, it seems like that the one I already had was a little bit better. But
And it may just be your tone of voice too. Like
it's possible.
I don't know, like the range of your voice.
I don't
the
know.
other
I
thing,
feel like a really good mic would probably account for that kind of thing, though.
Right.
well, yeah, I mean, it has a lot of settings, so I don't know, but I'm not super technical.
Yeah. But that's kind of the long and short of it. If you want to see the full review with the actual footage so you can hear it for yourself and decide, then I did post that video up on my YouTube.
Yeah,
my personal one. We'll link it on the Cockpod.
It's kind of shocking.
Yeah, we were actually surprised as well.
And just to be, clear going in, I actually wanted the Yeti to win because I was like, oh, it's new, it's shiny, and people had all recommended it. And, now I'm just like.
Well, and he even Luke had me listen to the 2 recordings blind, so I didn't know which was which. And every single time I picked the Samson blind tested. So
yeah, same here.
It's very surprising.
I was bad to give the bad news.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, but anyway, that's about all that.
The other thing that we found out this week having to do with computer stuff is that a new version of OBS came out. Those of you that Twitch stream and that kind of thing, it's OBS Studio.
Oh, it's been out for a while, actually.
Has it? How long?
A while, but we just didn't use it because we didn't need it for our applications.
Oh, it's much better. I like it a lot better. It seems to be more user friendly. I can't use it because my computer's still broken.
We're gonna fix that.
We'll fix it.
The big thing about OBS Studio, the difference is that it uses a lot less resources. It was rebuilt from the ground up. And if you do record with an Elgato, an internal one or an external from like a PlayStation or an Xbox, you probably know that you can't choose the Elgato as a source in OBS and have it output desktop audio because it just hiccups and stutters. So you had to do like a window capture of the Elgato software with regular OBS. OBS Studio fixed that actually. So now you can have it as a direct source so you don't have to have the capture window open anymore. It's really cool. There are instructions if you just Google it. I'll probably throw a link for that up too if you need it.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of links this week. I want to get to our 2 super fun questions. Now, this is for everybody, so we're all going to answer. The first one was from Death Ray Dino. He wants to know from everybody, do you prefer pancakes or waffles? I'm going to say for me, it's really difficult. Depends on the mood that I'm in. Probably waffles, but I don't have a waffle maker. So for me, it's pancakes right now because I can't make fucking waffles.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, if it's a homemade of each, I'm going to go waffles because you get the crispy edges, you get the pockets.
It's got the pockets for the butter and the syrup.
But for ease
you
of...
mix those?
What's that?
You mix those?
You mix what?
Butter and syrup.
Oh, yeah.
What? Yeah, you butter the waffle and then you pour syrup on it.
Wait, you don't?
Crazy? You don't? What's wrong with you?
Hold the phone. Hold the phone here. We need to take a poll.
Okay, Grim. You need to explain yourself.
So you just use syrup?
Yeah.
What?
Why?
Why not?
Nick, is this normal?
Mm-hmm. Not for me, but I guess I'm a waffle purist. I do it the way my great-great-grandfather did it.
Okay.
When he was chopping down trees with his mustache.
That's right. Twirly one.
Yeah.
So what do you pick, Nick?
Definitely waffles. A pancake's just a failed waffle anyway.
Oh.
Oh.
Take
See,
that,
I do like
pancake
pancakes, but I'm weird. I like pancakes with peanut butter also.
What?
It's like a heart attack waiting to happen.
Oh,
What about you,
You're
Chris?
saying weird things.
I know.
Christopher?
I prefer waffles. Definitely waffles with a lot of butter on top, syrup, and peanut butter. Because
Whoa,
all of it.
High five.
Yeah.
Internet 5. What's up?
Guys are
So
gross.
delicious, so good. Now I'm probably going to go get waffles.
Right when we're
Thanks for
done.
that.
And that's the thing. Like, if at home the only waffles we have just those shitty, frozen waffles, and it's not the same. So if I'm making them at home, I'm going to make pancakes because.
We could just buy a waffle maker.
Well,
They're
that's-
like $12.
I mean, if we buy one, then
I
we'll
could
make
send you
waffles.
mine.
Then what will you put butter only on?
It's got no butter on it.
So the other question that we got, this isn't like your typical question. So you guys know the game, and I'm not going to say the F word in this context because
Wow.
I'll say it as a curse word, like fuck you,
She
you're
just
out.
said it twice.
No, that's fine. I'll say it in that, but I'm saying when I'm talking about making love to somebody,
Oh.
I'm not going to call it that. So this game is going to be called Boff, Marry, Kill.
Boff.
And I'm not saying the F word.
Don't hassle the boff.
We all know how to play this game. So Ross and Randy sent me a list of 3 women. You have to pick one to make sweet, sweet love to, one to marry, and then one to kill. Okay? Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
So here are your 3 women.
I think Grimm's just going to kill all 3.
You don't know, you have to pick one. Okay, so Rihanna,
Okay.
the singer Rihanna, okay? The chick that played Blossom, or she also plays
Mayim
Sheldon's, yeah, she plays Sheldon's girlfriend on Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
Okay? And then the third one is Tara Reid, but now, not old Tara Reid when she was hotter, but now since she's had work done.
No.
This has
It's a
changed the
little
whole
trash.
dynamic
Exactly.
of the situation.
Exactly. So we're going to switch it up and Grim is going to go
Grimm
first.
goes first.
Why am I going first?
Because,
I just decided.
Well, first of all, I hate Big Bang Theory.
well, that's fine.
Okay.
So,
I hate it as well, but that doesn't affect your answer.
no, okay.
Pick.
I don't.
It's rapid fire.
I just want to kill them all.
I know you want to kill them all, but you have to pick one to... Okay, which one are you going to marry? Pick that one first. It's the easy one.
Or what are the options again?
Blossom, Rihanna, or nowadays Tara Reid.
All right, I'll kill Tara Reid.
Okay.
It's a good call. That's it. That's
I'll throw Rihanna down the stairs.
No,
what?
that's
I
not
mean-
an
So that's
option.
marrying. Is that what
I'll
he's saying?
marry her.
For the money? Okay.
Yep.
So that means that you're having sex with Blossom?
Yeah, that's what
Sure.
process of elimination.
That's what you said.
They're all
Now
dead.
you're stuck. You're stuck with that answer. Christopher, go.
Are you still there, Chris?
Yeah, I'm here. Y'all have to remember, I am not a movie, music, anything like that
Oh,
buff.
God.
So I currently have I currently have 3 pictures up on my screen right now.
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
And
Just base it off of that.
okay, this Blossom chick, I'm gonna go no.
Okay.
So I'm going to say kill.
Now the
Okay.
question, though, this is an important question. Do you have a current picture of Tara Reid or an old picture?
I did type in Tara Reid, and there was oddly specific old and 2016 Tara Reid. So
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
if she made a drastic change.
She did, yes.
You're going to have to
Okay.
find the worst picture you can of her and choose that.
I found one that looks really, really, really bad. Like they just pulled her out of the trailer park and
That's about
tried
right.
Pretty
to slap her in
accurate.
something. Okay,
That's accurate.
so these are all just awful.
Yep.
I mean, I'd probably marry her just because, I can eventually get away with it. But Rihanna's the one I'd probably bang.
There you go.
Okay.
So I'm a chick, but I'll still answer. Very, very similarly, I will bang Rihanna, but I'm going to kill Tara Reid, and then I'll marry Blossom because she's been on Big Bang Theory for so long, she's loaded.
I think she's comfortable.
I'll take all that money.
Yeah. Nick.
I am so scared how similar we thought on this one.
Oh, no. Okay, go ahead.
Exact same answers. Marion Mayim Bialik because she's got earning potential.
Yeah.
She's going to make us money. Plus, she's also a neuroscientist in real life.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And Rihanna's the only hot one, so that's who you have to bang.
Yeah.
You don't really
But-
have a choice.
I got a part to add on. While I am married happily to Blossom, I am cheating on her with Taylor Swift.
I don't think that's an
So-
option.
It is an option, trust
It's
me.
an
If
addendum.
if I know all these famous people, I know Taylor Swift.
What's
Life
your
found
answer,
a way.
Luke?
Oh my God. think I'm just gonna have to.
Can't say anything. You're dead tonight.
I know. Shut up. I'm actually going to marry Rihanna because she has by far the highest earning potential, and she's cool. I mean, Rihanna's a cool chick. Like, she goes and parties, and
That's why I banged her.
there you go. That's true. I think I would just bang Tara Reid because it's like that dirty.
Oh God.
I'm so sorry, Tara Reid. Like, we're really
Like, you just get wasted.
As if Tara Reid's ever gonna listen to this episode.
She might. She
might.
might search just for her name, you know?
Nobody's
I'm
marrying
sorry.
Tara Reid. You're either banging her or murdering
I blew
her.
the levels on that one. Yeah. And
Sure you did.
then I would just bang Blossom.
No, you said you were gonna bang Tara Reid.
Yeah, that's right. And then kill Blossom.
Kill Blossom.
You're
You're just
banging
banging everybody.
Bang them all.
Jesus Christ.
You're definitely dead.
Hey, stay away from Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
He's like dibs.
Oh my god.
Dibs.
So, side note, Blossom also was in Pumpkinhead,
Oh.
the movie.
What was
I don't
that?
remember
Pumpkinhead?
Was she Pumpkinhead?
No, she was just one of the Wallace kids.
Oh,
What the
okay.
hell is Pumpkinhead?
It's a
Oh, no.
horror movie. Really? You've never seen Pumpkinhead?
I might have. Is it the one where it's like a little kid in a costume and
What? No, maybe? No.
like they're trick or treating
I
and
think that's the movie Trick or Treat you're thinking of, because that's what I was thinking at first too.
oh
It's not Hocus Pocus.
no, it's definitely
No,
Hocus Pocus.
it's about Pumpkinhead. He's basically the embodiment of evil as Halloween or something or other.
Yeah, that's trick or
He's a
treat.
demon. No.
No, it is
You
different.
should,
That's the
you
same
should look
plot.
it up.
It's
you
the
should,
same
You should
plot.
watch it. You should watch it
Okay,
and then talk about it next
I'll
time.
talk about it on the Halloween
There you go.
podcast.
You
It
probably won't
is
even
one of
like
the
it,
classics.
but
Interesting.
it's cheesy, but I think it's a good movie. I like it.
All right. Did we start to talk about anything but not finish at all?
Uh-oh.
Anyone? We're going.
No, the only thing I was gonna ask you guys is going back to my drunken experience last night. I don't know that I've been that drunk in a very long time. I don't drink super often, but have you ever been so drunk? All right, and then you realize the second that you stand up is when you realize that you're super drunk. So you go to walk to the bathroom, and you're in the bathroom. Has anybody else done this? And you're like giving yourself a pep talk. You're like, you could do this. You're a professional. You could keep it together. And you like look in the mirror and you're like, you still look sane. Just keep it together. And then you're like, okay, breathe for a second. And you like hold on to the wall, steady yourself. And then you're like, okay, I can get back to the table. And then you put on a big fake smile and you open the door and you like watch your feet to make sure you don't fall down until you get back to your table and your safety. Does that ever happen to you guys?
Yeah.
Or to like men not overthink it like women do?
Well, I mean, you kind of look in the mirror, you're like, good.
And just hope you're the only one in the bathroom whenever you're giving yourself the pep talk?
Sure. I mean, you do it out loud? Like, you actually
yeah.
say the words?
I do.
I do. I'm like, you got
then I'm
this.
like-
I'm like slapping my face. Ugh.
And I'm like, oh crap, this isn't the bathroom, it's the living room.
And then you realize there's 3 women behind you, like putting on lipstick. You're like, oh shit, I'm not alone.
Oh.
Also, this isn't my reflection, it's another person.
Oh god. Jesus.
Usually when I get to that point, it's usually Nigel talking to me.
That's
I
right.
know.
Hello?
Hello, this is Nigel.
You can do this, mate. Get back out there.
Chris becomes an Australian
I think-
named Nigel when he gets drunk.
Is he Australian? I
Australian.
thought he was British.
See, Amanda does not know the difference between British and
No.
Australian.
Nigel is a British name.
Hello?
Wow.
Sure,
That's
Southern.
Australian.
Yeah, but Nigel's not an Australian name.
Says who?
I don't know. I don't
Does
don't
he like
even
Marmite or
remember
Vegemite?
Vegemite.
There you go.
Okay.
Australian.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Australian.
Wow, things
Lawyered.
that I don't know.
Lawyered.
What was the stupid shit Amanda says? of the
Oh,
week?
I've got a note. Hold on. Me.
Oh,
While you look
Talk
this
amongst
up.
yourselves.
So I
Did you
think
have a good
the
week?
mistake that I made whenever I was drinking last night, I was drinking like these frozen like orangey drinks, and they're like, "Hey, would you like an extra shot in your drink?" I'm like, "Yeah." Every time though, like every single one of them had an extra shot in it, and I was like, "Oh God!" It was just like a little bit too much.
All right, I've got 2 things to add. One, we went to my parents for dinner last weekend, and my mom made this like chocolate sheet cake with a praline pecan frosting on it. And it's like,
It was delicious.
Oh, it's delicious, right? So we're getting this, and my mom's like, do you guys want ice cream with it? We have vanilla or buttered pecan. And so we go and get the ice cream, and Amanda's like, I just want vanilla. I don't like buttered pecan. It's gross. I'm like, what? So then she already had hers, and she's eating it. And she's like, oh my God, this frosting is delicious. It's so good. And I'm like, I can't believe you don't like buttered pecan. She's like, do you know where I worked in high school? I was a professional ice cream scooper, okay? It was pretty much exactly like that. And so then I get mine, and I'm like, I want buttered pecan. So I get the ice cream, and I take a bite of just the cake. And I'm like, you like this frosting? She's like, yeah. I'm like, it is literally the same flavor as buttered pecan. Like, exactly. She's
and I'm like, no way, homie.
So I'm like, all right, taste this. She's like, no, I don't want to taste it. I'm like, taste it. So I have her taste the buttered pecan ice cream, and she gave me this face like...
And then I walked away.
Damn it. Like, she knew she was beat.
It shit tasted exactly the same as the frosting. It was literally the frosting, but in ice cream form, y'all.
So now I'm like, well, if we ever want that flavor, we can just go buy some butter,
Damn
ice
it.
cream. And
Why
good
am I
to go.
always so wrong?
And I have a question for Nick.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That I came up with. What is the Canadian band that you're most proud that they're Canadian? You know how, like, there's always... Oh, and also the other way around. Like, what is the one
I
most
can tell you who it's
ashamed?
not.
Is it Nickelback?
Yeah. Also, Justin Bieber.
Bieber? You're not a Bieber?
No. Jesus, this is a tough one.
Bare Naked
On
Ladies.
the spot.
I'm afraid. I think it is Bare Naked Ladies mostly.
They're a
because
national treasure.
Well, no, because they've been working with Rooster Teeth.
Oh, yes, you told me that.
Yeah,
Well,
so
like
I
Rush
like that.
or
I hate
don't like
Rush.
Rush.
Paul Schaefer.
Nope.
Rush is the worst band on the face of the earth.
Actually, I can tell you my favorite Canadian band. My friend's in it. It's Apocalyptic Hate metal.
Oh,
Yeah, really
is
good.
Is that one of Dirk's?
No,
No.
it's not.
Oh, okay.
Another friend of mine. They do. My favorite song is 7 Years of Blood or
Okay.
something like that. And
All right.
it's got a line from Hannibal in it. It's really good. I'll have to link to them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, real good.
Cool,
And then
cool,
they'll
cool,
pay me. No.
Jesus.
All the
trying
money.
to get some sponsorships.
First
All right.
sponsor.
I'm a
Does
hardcore
anybody else have anything they want to add or bring up? Or
Any questions come in to you guys separately?
There was one in the email.
Oh,
what was
I
it?
don't know if
Oh.
it's legit.
It is.
What is it? What is it?
I don't want to open it up and like ruin my setup here, but it was something about feet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Grim, this is addressed to you.
Yes. Oh, where is it? Do we have it?
No.
Yeah.
No,
You
we
know what?
don't.
I'll bring it up anyway here, and I don't think it'll mess with things.
It was from Fruit or what?
No, this is from Funky.
Funky again.
Yeah, he really likes the email. This is titled "The One About Grimm."
Okay.
It's like a friend's title. Can you talk about Grimm's love of feet next episode? Also, thanks for throwing THOT thought in multiple times this last go around. Anime suggestion for Autowash:
Oh.
One Punch Man. It sort of makes fun of anime in general, minus all the stupid shit.
Oh, love One Punch Man.
And make Tote talk about Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
We'll have to do that on next episode.
Yeah, this
it's
is a
Take note
long
of that.
one.
It's a mobile game. It's really fun. If you actually, I can just briefly talk about it. It's a game that was specifically made for iOS and Android. It kind of hits on the nostalgia of the old school sprite-based Final Fantasy games. But it's also a gacha game. If you guys aren't familiar with that, or gacha, it's kind of like a Brave Frontier or Puzzles and Dragons, where you have pulls, quote unquote, where you like pull for new characters and use those in your team and level them up. And there's a quest and campaign, and it's really addictive. It's a great game if you're into that. Some people wail on it, is what it's called, where you spend tons and tons of money to get all the pulls you want, but you can just play free to play, and it's a lot of fun. So
I want to hear about the feet thing. What's that about?
Grim loves feet.
Well, I hate feet, so apparently hate means love with me all the time.
Well, yeah.
So I apparently love feet.
Is that like
Yeah.
a thing from your Destiny group or something?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got a foot fetish. He's always asking for
I don't
people's
remember.
feet.
I don't remember what I said to
He gets
Cosmo,
wasted in chat and is like,
But it
send me pictures
happens.
of your feet, Chili. You know, stuff
and
like that.
Chili gave me his HBO login and made my own, and the login ID is I love feet.
Oh, man.
So fans, if you want to send in pictures of your feet, send them to
No,
Grim
no.
specifically on Twitter.
Really don't.
Tweet pictures of your feet to Grim on Twitter. Do it.
All right.
I'll find you, I'll cut them off, and I'll keep them.
He keeps them as
See,
trophies.
he keeps
He
them.
loves them.
Bigfoot necklace.
All right.
I think that'll about wrap it up for this week. You guys keep sending in your questions to us. #CogPod. Visit our website. We'll link everything on there. It's cogpod.net. And we will see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.